camera a bit, just so there's a little less room on your head and yeah. Oh,
I'm sorry.
sorry. Good evening. We bring you the latest in the world of sports. I'm Paulo Del Rosario.
We give you the conversations you want to hear from your favorite icons and athletes. My name is Diego Dario. And in tonight's game plan, we'll get the latest on Blackwater Bossing's rebuilding with Baser Amer and Jalen Bond as the PBA Reinforced Conference is fast approaching.
We'll also talk about the highly anticipated Battle of LA in the NBA's Western Conference between the Lakers and the Clippers. And we'll check in with SBP 3x3 Program Director, Coach Ronnie Magsanoc, as he shares the impact of the PBA 3x3 in Philippine hoops. Buckle up, sports fans. Let's get in the game. The Blackwater Bossing is coming back with a vengeance and hoping to bounce back from their performance in the Philippine Cup. They've created buzz with trades and new acquisitions as they try to rebuild the team. Now joining us tonight to share how they bolstered their ranks just in time for the PBA Governors Cup are Baser Amer and import Jalen Bond. Gentlemen, welcome to the game.
Hi Baser, hi Jalen.
Thank you.
Hi guys.
First of all, I would like to say thank you to Baser for agreeing to do this interview in English just for the benefit of Jalen, because we want Jalen to understand everything. So we're gonna start off first. We're gonna start off first with Jalen. Jalen, first time here in the Philippines, first time playing in the Philippines. Your initial thoughts of the basketball that you have been introduced to with Blackwater, and what do you expect to bring, and how are you adjusting to everything so far?
My time here has been wonderful. Like you said, it's my first time over in the Philippines. So just getting into practice with my teammates, just competing on a daily basis. Getting ready for this year is going to be big for us. Looking forward to getting some wins this season. Just competing every game and just giving our best effort. So something that we looking forward to.
Jalen, it seems like you guys went on a team building trip. How was that? Shortly explain to us how did that work?
It was fun, got to relax a little bit, sing some karaoke, enjoy the pool, enjoy the beach, and eat well. So it was a good overnight trip.
Absolutely. Baser, joke lang yun. You can speak in Tagalog kung gusto mo. Pwede rin Bisaya, but then, we won't be able to understand you there. Pero Baser, obviously new team, daming new faces. How is this team feel different compared to yung team nyo last conference? Kasi grabe, it already feels like yung vibe ng buong team nyo parang iba na.
Of course, our team is different now compared last conference. Marami kaming bago. Nakuha namin si Barty, si Macaloni, Ayon-Ayon, and of course, the addition of Kuya JB Casio, di ba? Yung yung leadership niya, winner. Kasi before, yung mentor ko is si Coach Ronnie Magsanoc. Ngayon si JB Casio na.
Okay. Well, Baser, you talked about the new players of Blackwater. Pero bago rin yung coach niyo, si Coach Ariel Vanguardia. Kamusta naman yung adjustments? Ano yung fino-focus on nyo ngayong off-season? Ngayon na papalapit na yung next conference.
Sobrang ganda kasi before before kami mag-start ng training, kinausap na kami individually. So, tinanong niya kami kung ano yung problema ng team, kung ano yung mga in-improve ng team. So, okay naman, nag-respond naman siya, talagang nabago talaga yung team. Ang laki ng binago ng team.
Well, Jalen, you go into this team now in the middle of a transition period, trying to change their fortunes from the past few conferences that they had. And when you were recruited to be part of this team, what was the pitch to you, and what did they say they expected you to bring?
Just the toughness inside, offensively, defensively. Just bring that another piece towards the team, just to hopefully get some wins. And like you said, they struggled a little bit in the past two conferences, but we're looking to turn things around this year.
Well, ikaw naman ba, sir, how did you personally prepare for this conference? We talked about your team. Ikaw naman personally, di ba you had an injury sa latter part ng previous conference. Kamusta ka naman?
Okay naman ako ngayon. Kumuha ako ng personal trainer na si Coach Jolo, Throw Focus. And kumuha din ako ng nutritionist para makondisyon yung katawan ko. So, nag-respond naman sa training and sa tune-up game. Maganda naman yung pinakita ng team namin. So, hopefully next week may game kami kasi as na nakikita ko everyday sa practice, maganda yung tinatakbo ng team.
Well, that's good ba, sir, no? You're really trying to do everything that you can para ma-improve mo pa yung game mo. Pero, kamusta naman yung relationship mo with Coach Ariel? Balita ko nag-heart-to-heart talk daw kayo. Kamusta yun?
Ano naman, wala eh. Ang gusto niya kasi is ako yung mag-handle ng team. So, kasi point guard ako. So, hindi niya nakita last conference. So, gusto niya ibalik yon. So, nagpapasalamat ako sa kanya na binigyan niya ako ng tiwala. So, okay naman. Naging the last 1 month and a half namin ng ensayo. Maganda naman yung response ko din.
Yeah. All right. So, Jalen, now that you've had the chance to be around your teammates, see them on the court, be with them in a more relaxed situation, I want to talk about Baser a bit through your eyes, and let's pretend that he's not there. We have a guy like Baser there who's asked to be a leader. How is he showing that on the floor, off the floor, and do you feel that in your short time here in the Philippines?
Yeah, for sure. He's been another great leader for us. He's the one that get us going at the start of the games. Just bringing that intensity on the offensive end and defensive end. Something we're going to need a lot this year if we want to be successful. Just his leadership alone will encourage the other guys, just to step up as well. So that's something that we need, and thankful we have him.
Well, yeah, Baser, ikaw naman tatanong namin about Jalen. Kamusta naman yung singing skills ni Jalen nung team building niyo?
Right, Jalen, sorry, we're asking Baser about your singing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kamusta, Baser?
No comment.
No comment.
You can actually catch that on the Instagram of all of the Blackwater players. But then actually, a bit of a scouting report here now. Again, we're not too familiar with Jalen's game. But Baser, you've seen it already in person. You've played with him already quite a bit. Can you describe to us the game of Jalen that we can expect once the conference starts?
Is willing to passer, then is willing to it's a defensive player siya eh. So leader din niya sa loob. So for sure malaking big impact siya sa team natin. Yun yung kulang sa team talaga namin, yung rebound, defense, tsaka yung leader.
Don't worry, Jalen. He only said good things in case you didn't catch that. He said that he wanted you to be a leader, good rebounder, defense. He tried to do it in all English, but then he had to give it up there just a bit. But Jegs, you have one burning question left about this Blackwater team.
Well, bigay na natin kay Baser to. Baser, simple question lang. Ano yung goal ng Blackwater sa upcoming conference?
Gusto namin makapasok sa playoffs. Then, hopefully, pagtatrabahuan namin, makapasok kami sa semis. Then, yun lang muna. Yun lang muna.
Well, one step at a time. Baser, Jalen, thank you very much for joining us. Fresh from your trip off La Ia. Again, we appreciate all the stories that you shared on social media because that told us so much about your taste in music. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for having me.
All right, after the break, we head to the City of Angels as we talk about the upcoming Battle of LA between the Lakers and the Clippers. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game.
Welcome back to The Game. My name is Diego Dario. Let's get ready for an explosive weekend featuring a couple of marquee matchups. It's Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook leading the way for the Lakers as they face Paul George and the Clippers this Saturday at 11 a.m. on NBA TV Philippines. Over on the East, the defending champions Milwaukee Bucks take on the Miami Heat on Sunday, 9 a.m. on TV5. And since we're always a fan of the Battle of Los Angeles, we're going to be talking about their rivalry tonight. Here with us is our resident Laker fan who will be trying his very best to be unbiased. Of course, the 6-time PBA champion, Ali Peak. Ali, let's talk about both teams first. Not LA, not the Lakers. The Clippers have been getting superstars. They've been getting competitive the past few years. They have Paul George, they have Kawhi. And it's been a must-watch for NBA fans, Filipino fans, when it comes to the LA Lakers versus the Clippers. Do you agree?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Over the last few years, especially with the acquisitions from both squads, I think when LeBron showed up and when Kawhi Leonard, especially Kawhi Leonard, and of course Paul George showed up, then that talk started. A few years back, you're talking about these two teams might be in the Western Conference Finals. We haven't seen that.
This is arguably the first time the Clippers actually became a threat in the league. I mean, we've seen what they can do in the playoffs. We've seen the fact that regular season-wise, it could be scary. They have the personnel. And now, it feels like they're going toe-to-toe with the Lakers. Do you think that right now they're in the same tier when you talk about being competitive in the league?
I would have to say so. I mean, both teams obviously are struggling, both 6 and 7 right now. If you look at how they were back in 2020, excuse me, so much more different.
Yeah.
They were the top 2 teams in the West. We're not getting that right now. So it's going to be a very competitive game, definitely. I don't know which way it's going to go. You just don't know.
Yeah.
Because both teams are struggling right now.
Well, and you saw the numbers right there actually on your screens, but you said it earlier that they were very competitive in the West. They were in the top of the standings. Right now, Pao mentioned it, they're 6th and 7th. What do you think's, a little bit going wrong, let's say with the Lakers first, and then let's talk about the Clippers later.
Well, I think right now it's just really all about defense.
Yeah.
With the Lakers, their defense, Frank Vogel, which is really, really unique situation because Frank Vogel's system prides on defense. Now, I think they're ranked 27th in the league. It's just really, really a difficult time for them.
Close, they're ranked 23rd.
23rd, okay,
Yeah.
I'm close. Yeah, I was trying to copy Kendrick.
Still bad.
Perkins. Yeah, but
Still bad.
Either way, it's bad. It's bad. Clippers, I tell you, I don't know. They're struggling too. But there's no Kawhi. There's no Kawhi, and I think that's a big, big part. The fact that he's not there.
Should Clippers fans be worried? Because a lot of people are saying that, okay, Kawhi, you don't ever really need him in the regular season. We've seen what he did in Toronto in the past when if you just get right, just even a little bit in the playoffs, he can carry a team. But I think if you're the Clippers, especially with how tough the Western Conference could be, you can't ever rely on that, can you?
Not necessarily. This is the problem that I have with the Clippers right now.
Okay.
There's no identity.
Don't hold back,
whatsoever.
Ali.
Okay, there's no identity. No, I'm really trying. There's no identity with the Clippers. Who's the leader there? Okay, Kawhi is not a vocal leader in the locker room. You don't see them like that out there on the court. You can't say the same thing with Paul George. I think what the Clippers were banking on when they brought Kawhi Leonard in from Toronto was a person that was going to come in, be an MVP, at the same time lead. We're not getting. It's not in his personality. You go back to the San Antonio Spurs. He was the 3rd or 4th guy in terms of being vocal. He wasn't vocal. It was Tim Duncan. Right? It was Tony Parker. It was Manu Ginobili. Those were the leaders. So I think that's something that the Clippers are struggling with. Who's going to be that vocal guy? Who's going to say, "Let's go, guys"?
All right, let's move on to the the matchup this weekend. With the Clippers, with the Lakers. LeBron's not going to be playing due to health and safety protocols. Kawhi's not there. So who do you expect to really step up for the Lakers and then the Clippers?
I don't think necessarily a step up. I'm looking at just the team dynamic and them coming out offensively and playing really good basketball. We see a lot of one-on-one. All right, I mean, they have to really mix things up. Defense is just a really, really big problem. It's glaring. And then just paying attention to the details. I'm really big, Paulo knows this, I'm big on 50-50 balls. I'm big on rebounding. You don't see too many box outs on the Lakers side. It's just they have to really tie those things up.
No, absolutely. And of course, you look at the Clippers right now, a lot of people are saying it's just another team that needs to get healthy to get better. You can say that about a bunch of teams, but then who do you think will be the star guy to watch out here? Of course, people are thinking about Paul George, Reggie Jackson, maybe even Zubac, just because of the big man matchup trying to contain AD. Who do you think has a step up there?
I think Morris. I think he's been playing pretty well, over the last few games, and I think he's one of the key factors there. Such a 6'9", can stretch the floor, cause all types of mismatches, matchup problems, especially for the Lakers and their struggling defense right now.
All right, so we're now at the end of this discussion here. I know you have this particular disdain for the Clippers, but at the very moment, who do you think is the better team in LA, the Clippers or the Lakers?
I'm saying this without any bias. The Lakers definitely. They're the better because you got potentially 5 Hall of Famers on that squad. All it takes for them is just a few tweaks where they finally start to get it. Who knows? This team can peak at the right time, and then they can just take off. They have the full capability of doing something like that. I'm going to have to give it to the Lakers side right now.
Well, don't you think they have to get rid of one of those Hall of Famers to get better?
You're putting me on the spot right now.
That's a different conversation.
I have one last question for Ali.
All
just
right.
a yes or no. Is Lakers and Clippers, is it a rivalry for you? Is it a real rivalry?
No, it's not a rivalry. This is what a lot of Laker fans, including myself, this is what a lot of Laker fans, you will hear when you go to the Staples Center. You'll hear, we're the varsity team. They're still the junior varsity team.
Okay.
You will hear that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Ali,
rivalries.
thank you very much for being as unbiased as you can be. I know it's impossible. It really wasn't at the end, but there you have it. Ali, thank you very much for joining us.
Appreciate it.
Thank you,
guys.
Ali.
Thank you.
All right, now once again, don't forget to catch the Lakers versus the Clippers in the Battle of LA this Saturday on NBA TV Philippines, and the Miami Heat versus the Bucks this Sunday over on TV5. All right, when we return,
SVP 3x3 Program Director Ronnie Magsanoc shares the impact of the tournament as it reignited Filipinos' love for half-court action. Keep it here, you're watching the game. You're watching the game. My name is Diego Dario. Tuloy-tuloy ang paglagablab ng excitement sa bagong PBA 3x3. After 3 legs of the Lakas ng Tatlo circuit, fans have definitely reignited their love for half-court action. Joining us to share his thoughts on the impact of the PBA 3x3 is Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas 3x3 Program Director, the one and only Coach Ronnie Magsanoc. Coach Ronnie, welcome back to the game.
Thank you.
All right, Coach Ronnie, first of all, this question is for you as an observer, as a fan. Of course, we know na you're a coach, you analyze the games. But kamusta naman for you yung mga games? How are you enjoying them so far?
I think the games will speak for itself and has packaged itself as a very exciting brand. No? When you're there live watching, makikita mo talaga yung tindi nung ganda ng mga laban. Saka the more games that they play against each other, the more familiar they will be and the harder that the games will be won. That is exactly what we are seeing right now. So as a fan, ito yung hinahanap mo na anything can happen, any team can win, and any team can get to the top at any given leg.
Absolutely. Coach, nakita natin yan as the legs go by. In fact, we're seeing the quality of basketball rise with every passing leg kasi these teams are getting more used to yung 3x3 style of basketball. Pero Coach, just go technical muna, just a bit here. Paano naapektuhan yung FIBA ranking sa mga players and teams so far ng PBA 3x3?
Ang layunin natin talaga sa PBA 3x3 at sa SBP, makapagtala ng top 50 players at least dito sa hanay ng PBA 3x3. At kung magagawa natin yan, yan yung magiging basehan ng Federation Rankings patungo sa Olympic Qualifying Tournament para sa Paris 2024 Olympics. Yun yung long-term mission at vision ng PBA 3x3 at ng SBP. Pero sa ngayon, we want to develop dedicated 3x3 specialists. We want to be a destination competition. And we want to increase and trumpet the awareness for the game na siyang pinakapakete talaga ng PBA 3x3. Yung mga manlalaro, yung mga laro, para itulak ang individual rankings, para tumaas ang team rankings, para makatulong sa federation ranking, para sa karera sa Olympics of 2024.
Absolutely, Coach. And yung goal, that's what we've been saying about this partnership between the PBA and the SBP. Pero Coach, nagulat ka ba sa quality na pinapakita ng mga players natin? Kasi some of these guys haven't even competed in the 3x3 arena prior to yung PBA 3x3 lakas ng tatlo. But right now, we're having very entertaining games
course.
almost every other day.
Nagulat, natuwa. No, happily surprised kasi ito yung pagkakataon para sa maraming manlalaro to make a name for themselves in a different brand of basketball.
Yeah.
Basketball na malapit sa puso ng mga tao dahil katulad nyo, siguro bago kayo naglaro ng limahan, larong tatluhan talaga.
Yeah.
Some call it half-court basketball, pero dito nagsimula karamihan, kundi halos lahat talaga. At dito makikita na natutuwa ako kasi makikilala sila bilang manlalaro sa 3x3 and they will have a career, a different one, with different brand of basketball. Kabuhayan para sa mga lalaro, entertainment para sa mga nanonood, and then PBA and the SBP combining and collaborating to push the country towards greater heights in terms of pushing the game directly to the Olympics. So,
Yeah.
kumbaga, siksik-likli gumaapaw yung nakabalot bilang parang in the pipeline for everyone for as long as we bring it to the hearts of the Filipino people na siyang tangkarin natin to grow the game, not just for the players, not just for the federation and the PBA, but more especially para sa ating basketball-loving fans.
Yes, Coach. And you mentioned na one of the goals nga of the 3x3 is to really get to the top 50 players. Siyempre here from the Philippines. And for you, sino yung mga nag-stand out itong past few legs sa PBA 3x3?
Actually, Coach, wait lang kasi we actually have your list here of those
Yes.
that you felt stand out. So we have TH Tumalip of Terefirma, Almon Vosotros of the TNT Tropang Giga, Tonino Gonzaga of Meralco, De Chavez of Platinum, Leo De Vera of Sista, and of course, si Joseph Eriobu ng Pure Foods.
Papabiliin ba natin si Coach?
Oo, we're gonna have him pick. Coach,
Okay.
all of them have impressed. But in your opinion, who has impressed the most? And then, syempre, sa rankings din, saan yan nakikita, Coach?
Sasanggahin natin yung katanungan nyo. Among others, those are just 6 of the top players that I have
Yes.
seen. Itong mga to bukod tangi kasi sila yung nanguna sa scoring list after 3 legs. Wala pa dyan sila Jeremiah Gray, wala pa dyan sila Brandon Rosser. A lot of players have managed to carve a niche for themselves in just about a week and a half. Ito yung mga binanggit natin dahil ito yung mga namuno after 3 legs, meaning they were the most consistent and they showed the numbers. No? Almon Vosotros has been amazing.
Yeah.
Has a new career for himself. Terence Tumalip is suddenly a big name in 3x3 basketball. Nandiyan si Don Reverente.
Yeah.
Joseph Sadunes back, combined with Tonino Gonzaga. Joseph Riobu is the king of the Pure Foods TJ Titans. And so on and so forth. So, unti-unti, na-identify yung mga pangalan nila sa mga teams na re-represent nila na at higit sa lahat, pag sinabi mong 3x3, ngayon sa PBA 3x3, sila yung mga pangalan na tumatatak sa mga manonood kasi sila yung lagi mo napapanood na hindi lang may score, nakakapagpanalo, dumadive sa bola, at tandaan natin, meron din kaban na nakalaan para sa mga manlalaro at sa kanilang mga teams. And this generates more excitement, more desire for the players to excel, to win, not just for their teams, but also hopefully land a spot in the national pool na siyang tinitignan natin na posibilidad. Given the talent na nakita namin sa maikling panahon, matutuwa ka kasi alam mo naman magagaling sila. Pero syempre hindi mo alam kung bagay hanggat sa makita mo. Pero ngayon, matutuwa ka dahil kaliwat kanan, no? Every game, every makikita ka na pamato, pangdin. At matutuwa ka kasi pati si Junjun Bonsobre, makikita mo bumabantay sa maliit. May si Paulo Habilona pumuposte. So maraming, ito yung hinahanap namin na nung nakita ko tong 3x3, no? Larong Pinoy kasi madiskarte, mabilis ang thought process at saka matira ang matibay. And these are just components that makes the game really exciting and once again close to the heart of the Filipino viewing public.
Absolutely. Coach, di naman sa pagka-bias, but then me and Diego really enjoy covering yung PBA 3x3.
Coach, ang bilis ng
ang
action.
bilis ng laro. We encourage everyone out there watching the game right now to watch the games of PBA 3x3. The Leg 4 will be on Saturday and Sunday. You can catch that on One Sports, PBA Rush, and the Smart Giga Play app, as well as TV5. Coach Ronnie, thank you very much for joining us. And for those fans of the Point Laureate, you can also catch him sa PBA 3x3 because he also calls games. Grabe, all the knowledge that you need right there.
Thank you, Coach.
Salamat.
Thank you, Jago. Hopefully, makita ka namin sa PBA 3x3 soon.
Yes, Coach.
Yun.
Soon.
All right.
And thank you guys for joining us. That's it for tonight. My name is Diego Dario.
I'm Paulo De Rosario, and this has been The Game.